do it as an episode.
All right.
It's important.
It is because you lost your voice. I guess.
I felt so rage.
Yeah, we were going. I was like serious. I was
But
about.
I feel like I got a lot of stuff out, and you actually sort of said it for me. A lot of stuff.
I tried my best.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of
Nerd Out.
I'm Randy. This is Brian, and this is sort of our opportunity to what's the word?
Get my word in.
Get your
sort
word
of,
in.
like with my own voice.
Yeah.
You were very generous about trying to
tried.
repeat what I said, but I think that was
Yeah.
frustrating both of us.
Yeah,
doing that.
we reviewed Megatron for like and you lost your voice, and like
It was terrible.
Megatron is your guy, and you were struggling through that.
I was, man.
And so we're just gonna sort of give you a couple minutes of like an update.
Yeah.
So go.
I loved it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is
Well, you could talk
date.
like not past tense now because you still
love it.
Right.
Yeah, this to date is probably my favorite Transformer. I would say
Transformer or
like
Megatron.
probably both. Like this
Mhm.
and Ultra Magnus are right up there for me, and it's just because they both like take the movie and throw it right in my face, and I love that movie, and it just fit.
You always refer to it the movie. It's weird how you like
That's my
separate
Transformers.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Because it's like I really did as a kid watched it as a movie.
Mhm.
It's just like it was like
I didn't see the movie in the theater as a kid, so
Nancy
I didn't,
took me.
Yeah, nice.
She-
I wonder how my feelings would be in life in general if I would have seen that in the theater. I remember like the weekend after it came out in the theater, like sitting in the lunchroom, like what, 3rd, 4th grade,
Something like
and
that,
so,
yeah.
some little kid goes, "Optimus Prime died." I was like, "Whoa!"
Yep.
And it was like a big deal, and like it was like that was serious stuff.
And I mean, it's just they so didn't take that mythology seriously, and that's why they did it. You know, they just killed them to get a Hot Rod figure.
No, definitely to sell Hot Rod and Scourge and Cup.
Destroyed so many kids.
Yeah,
distraught over that.
It was all about selling action figures, which look, I get it. That's what we're about from the get go. But like, you got to make better business decisions. But they learned that, and then when they did that G.I. Joe movie, they instead of killing Duke, they redid the end. He's like, "Duke's okay," and I was like, "Yeah, you better believe."
Yeah, I
Duke
wonder
better
where
be
that
okay.
came from.
Dude, I know that. Well, it literally was because of the backlash.
Yeah,
from
they
that.
realized they can't just kill everybody's favorite toy.
Yeah. I was a Duke fanatic when I was a kid, or a G.I. Joe fanatic. If they would have killed Duke, I would have gone on strike. I don't know where, but like I was, G.I. Joe was my shit. So, but we're here with Megatron, and I've had a chance to now transform him. I'd say like 4 or 5 times.
Okay, so
Yeah.
is it intuitive to you yet?
It is like
Holy shit, this is fucking serious.
It
I
is,
can
isn't
do it.
Yeah,
I can do it without watching a video.
it's good.
And the instructions are useless anyway.
I thought so too.
Yeah, just useless.
It took me a couple videos to attempt it, you know, because I looked at the instruction. I'm like, these aren't telling me a
No,
damn
not a thing.
you know. And it's like, but yeah, I felt like once you really got it down a few times,
Yeah.
it became very intuitive.
Absolutely,
you know,
I agree.
And you figure out how to orientate it. It wasn't. It's not scary at all. And you know
Not
what?
really.
Mine's holding up.
Yeah,
Like,
mine too. I honestly
Yeah.
like. I don't. Knock
I
on
beat
wood.
it up.
I don't have any major scratches. Maybe a few, but like nothing that's gonna make me freak out about it. And also, I have not put the barrel on the front of the gun. And Andy, sorry, I'm not gonna do it. I'm glad that you successfully maneuvered that. And congratulations. I'm not gonna do it.
I haven't either, but I will as soon as I
Really?
secure a second one.
But why? Like, because
this really is.
That's true.
It's at least my favorite masterpiece.
I understand,
figure,
yeah.
and it's like I need a backup because
But
I want
even
to
if
beat
you're-
this up.
but
I want to
even if you-
destroy this toy and play with it.
Mhm.
Like I want this to be my go-to Megatron because he sort of is.
I think he is, right?
But DX9's up there because although this
Is
looks
that
better.
Despotron?
Yeah,
we kept.
Mitron.
Are you sure?
Despotron.
I think is the. I think because we kept referring to the. We screwed up and we were referring to the Despotron as I think Mitron.
The DX9. That's what I'm
Right.
positive on. Is like that toy. To me, is great.
Yeah.
They're both great.
Yeah.
But I mean, you want to address that?
Yeah,
now?
let's go ahead and address it.
Like I know that we pissed some people off
Yeah.
just like dismissing all the other ones.
Yes.
And I get it. You can't do that, but
No, you're right.
But this is by far our favorite.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's my favorite. I think it looks the closest to the cartoon. It nails like it just when I
It
think
nails
about
it,
Transformers,
yeah.
this is it for me.
Yeah, me too.
You
Again,
know?
I think I was particularly harsh
Mhm.
about telling people that you're delusional, and you know what? Look, I still stand by my opinion. I think that this is the best Megatron by far. But you're entitled to not think
Yep.
that.
It-
We're opinionated.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
the
just-
whole thing is
I
you
was-
don't have to ditch your other
No,
Megatrons.
no.
If you have them, you don't have to ditch
Right.
it to get this. But
Right.
if you're going in fresh,
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine I couldn't imagine not getting this one first
I agree.
for a couple bucks.
I
I'd say
agree.
spend a couple extra bucks, get this, and then go back and get the other ones just to collect them
Yeah.
if you want them.
I mean, the likelihood is if like I'm not a huge Megatron fan, I'm an Optimus Prime fan.
Mhm.
I have almost, I don't want to say every Optimus Prime, but like I will continuously buy more Optimus Primes, and I don't necessarily toss out the old ones. It's just like I like the
You
different.
like to
Optimus
have
Primes.
them, yeah.
If you're a Megatron fan, that's perfectly fine. I mean, you can have they all have different aspects that are great.
Mhm.
But I'm not backtracking what I said. Like I still believe that other than the maturity of the silver paint,
Mhm.
I think this is the best Megatron.
I agree, and I think it's hard. It would be hard to argue that this isn't the definitive
I think it'd be really
Megatron
hard.
to date. I mean, you could,
Mhm.
you could,
Yeah.
but I would love to have that
Right.
argument with
Did
you.
you
but
did you see pictures of that new Wai Zhang one?
curious?
I don't understand what their, other than it being big. Like I don't know what it adds to.
Maybe metal, which I could use some metal.
This has
on
some
it.
metal on his
It,
feet
it
though.
does, but I mean, what if they made like this metal? What if they made like the shroud that goes over it metal? I mean, if they added metal to it,
Yeah, it just depends on how the transformation is. It's just interesting because with the other waging, the MPP-10, they just basically redesigned, retooled
Yep.
the Optimus Prime, but the Megatron it looks like it's a completely new cast.
yeah, and I couldn't tell. Like it is right.
I think
mean,
so.
They didn't have it looked like CAD pictures that they were
Yeah.
showing. So
Yeah, no, definitely. And I saw one recently. I do not know if it's an actual colored one, but it's a photoshopped at least colored. And I don't know. It comes with a laser beak. I just don't know who really. I guess the only reason to really get that is you're either an extreme Megatron fan or that you're looking for something to accompany your MPP-10, which I totally understand because
Yeah.
MPP-10 is phenomenal and I love its size and its.
I mean, if it's $100 figure,
Yeah, if
which
it's-
it will be. I
you
mean,
think
I
so?
could see. I'm asking if it is. Like,
Yeah.
how much was MPP-10?
$100, but I don't know.
Shouldn't
if,
it be?
Yeah, it should be theoretically, but they had to do the tooling. Like they probably had to pay for complete. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I
how
don't know
much
how it
was the
works.
crazy the MP the movie sort of
The
one?
MP1 or whatever.
Yeah.
that was $100, and
And that thing's incredible.
That is
I mean, that's like all almost. It's at
yeah,
least
no, you're
60%
right.
new
You're
toy.
right. You're right. That is such an incredible toy. It kind of blows my mind.
What do we not like about this guy?
I don't. It's not that I don't like. I would prefer. Again, someone mentioned this. The maturity of a silver color. I think it would.
Would you be a more pure silver? Is that what you're
Just
saying?
a shiny silver paint
Okay.
would be a little bit. It would look a little bit more mature and a little bit less cartoony, and I
Okay.
prefer that. That's a
Okay.
preference. My only other complaint is the head looks slightly. I don't know if it's large, but it looks a little.
I was thinking about that
Mm.
too. There's no separation between his body and
Yes,
helmet.
yeah.
And you need that.
No, I
That
do.
separation really helps, you know?
You can sort of lift it up a little bit,
Yeah.
and that helps. But I think you're right.
You want to
It-
see between his cheeks and the inner part of the helmet. So I think his helmet's good size, but I think his inner
Mhm. That makes sense.
is a little. It might be a little big. So I was thinking about that too.
Yeah, and I don't have any issues. I haven't really heard much of the community recently. Like since people have gotten a hold of it, of the back. I think the back is fine.
Yeah.
If you're really that anal about it, I'm sure they're gonna do a shapewear or something of a cover.
Yeah.
But I don't have any issue.
I
with
don't
it.
either. I think that's an illegit gripe.
I do
In
too.
a lot of ways, it's like so it's not perfectly smooth, but that's not gappy. That's just shapes.
Mhm.
It's just like okay, part splits
Yeah.
in half, and I don't think that looks bad.
No,
at
I
all.
don't either. Honestly, my original those were my original complaints, and I also went off a little bit about the transformation, but since I've done it a few times, I really
It's good.
enjoy it. It
Yeah.
feels very satisfying to get that in gun mode and back. It really is satisfying once you have an idea of how to do it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Holy shit. That was intense.
Yeah, and it comes really quick. Like it hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time I went through it, I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah,
and I'm
no,
just
it
trying to
was
move parts. And then it's
You didn't
like,
know the tolerances either.
you didn't
and
know
that's
the
a big
tolerances.
difference.
And it's like you just didn't know, like, okay, the arms have to do all this, but then how do I get them to combine with behind the cannon and all? And it's like, but once you figure out, oh, you're doing that, like if you look at it like this, you're like, well, basically you put the legs together, thin them, twist it at the waist,
Right.
compact the arms, fold them back like this, and fold the barrel. If you know that, it makes it so much more fun. It makes it so much fun.
The arms are still the arms are transformation wise. I think the arms are the most unnatural feeling.
Yep.
The legs are the coolest part.
Yeah.
I love how they collapse.
That shockwave-esque part.
Yeah, it's cool.
Is like,
It's cool.
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Again, we just want primarily like. I really thought it was important for you to be able to like speak up because I almost just ditched that whole episode.
Mhm.
But I at the last minute I said fuck it because one of the things about Nerd Out is that we're just sort of like willy nilly. Like we're not about. It's not this. The camera work isn't beautiful. I'm a terrible editor. It's just about what we think at the time. So it's like I had to
it's
throw
our
it out.
thoughts.
Yes.
Is what the content is, and it's like you gotta
Yeah, absolutely.
Get it
And
out.
sometimes our thoughts get altered and change for the better, sometimes for the worse. But I mean, it's just at that moment that's what we had to say, even though you couldn't speak.
Yeah, and I honestly watched that episode, and I don't know, but I sort of felt like my feelings got out there. Like,
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
so,
I
too.
didn't like you know.
I felt that I was too dominant because I was trying to
when you're
compensate.
dealing with someone without a voice, it's sort of.
I think when you're editing, I'm starting to get off topic, but when you edit like 35 minutes and you're looking at yourself dominating,
yeah, it's awkward.
It was
It's
awkward, and I
yeah.
think I was just at the moment I was very frustrated. Nevertheless, I do think Megatron is up there with one of the better masterpiece there is. I still think that Masterpiece as a whole, including Megatron, is a little bit different from the beginning of Masterpiece and is totally going in the direction of the cartoon, which is not my preference. That doesn't mean that it's not good. It's not my preference. But I think this has enough mechanical lines
To make it okay.
Yeah.
I wish they would just do both. Like if they would just do both.
Right.
Small alterations, different packaging, they'd sell twice as many toys.
What if they did for the cartoon fans, and I'm going to get my ass kicked, but what if for you cartoon fans out there, what if they just did action figures that didn't transform?
I would have a fucking
I know,
shit
but
attack.
like I'm with you.
I
Like,
think that's garbage. I would.
here's the thing though,
pissed.
I've heard a lot of things, and I'm not trying to isolate a specific person, but a lot of people are saying I'm going to just put this on my shelf. I'm not going to touch it, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. I'm not telling you you're wrong. But if you're just going to put it on the shelf anyway,
Why do you
then
care?
why do you care? Like, what if they just
But
made
when you're just gonna do that, why would you buy them? Like,
I'm with you.
One of it is playing with
Transforming
them. I
it,
mean,
absolutely.
That's why I love these toys. Is because of the engineering.
Me
Like,
too.
I don't collect just action figures. Like, this is a requirement. Must turn
Right.
in from one thing to another for me to buy it.
I'm with you. Like, I mean, I collect action figures,
Yeah.
but when it comes to Transformers, it's not it's the concept of it. It's the puzzle.
Yeah,
It's
the gimmick.
Yeah.
Like, the gimmick is it turns into something.
Right.
It's sort of a puzzle. It's two toys in one.
And you know what? Hence one of the reasons why I like a little bit of kibble on my robot, because I do like, I don't know, that's a whole crazy argument, but I like seeing like little parts that let you
little
know.
parts of the alt mode hanging off, so
Absolutely.
you know what it turns
Absolutely.
into. I like that too.
Yeah.
No, I like that too.
Yeah. So, but that's a good question for the Transformer community. Like, if you don't transform your robots, would you be okay just buying essentially a giant Megatron action figure? It would make it so much easier. Ultimetal.
I mean, it's a
Or
little expensive to pay
or
for that.
buy an Action Masters collection. But I don't know. I bet you there's a market for it. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I would have a heart attack.
Yeah.
If that's all you could get, Like if they were doing figures,
Yeah, I wouldn't buy into it. Like I would have no
I would,
interest.
like if that became a fad where it's like the non-transforming transformer thing.
Yeah,
That sort of, I would no.
Well, the only reason that I actually kind of like Grapple and Inferno is because their transformation is so ingenious and like it is fun, and therefore I like it. But like if you just showed me that robot, I'd be like, no, thank you. That's just not for me.
Maybe Wei Jing will fix them for you.
I think they're working on an Ironhide, and it doesn't look like they're making those changes. Like the only changes they're making, and I'm sure I'll be corrected, was it looks like they're taking those side skirts off.
Okay.
But those never bothered me anyway.
Me either. I thought it.
Yeah. But I mean, all I want is a couple little detail lines and like stuff like that. So, anyways, I think this sort of just gives you another reason to watch us for another 20 minutes, and you can hear Brian's voice.
I love it.
I do
I'm
too.
Just say that I absolutely love this toy.
I love it more now than I did when we got it too, and we were pretty enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Ours did not come with an orange plug, as we said, which is awesome. Sorry if yours did. I've heard a lot of people saying that
Really,
they got
easy
it.
to get
Right.
out.
I've heard that the one of them is, I think it's this one, and then one of them is difficult to get out. That's what I've been told.
Well, lucky it's that one that's easy.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely, absolutely. I have a feeling this is, if not already at the moment, I think this is going to be a $300 toy for a little while until Takara pumps these out a little bit more. And anyone out there who thinks that there's a chance that Hasbro is going to release this in the U.S., don't. It's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to wait for a Hasbro version, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Hasbro is not going to release this. No way, and I stand by that. And if I'm wrong,
I couldn't see him doing. I mean,
they won't even.
The parents here aren't going to go for that.
Parents aren't going to go for it. The cost of engineering, they're not going to do this. I bet you it wouldn't pass any of the child safety standards. It's not.
But when you say the engineering, I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you.
No,
off.
please.
But like, if Hasbro released, like when they release a masterpiece, do they make it in their own factory, or do they just buy it from Takara and repackage it?
I mean, I think they probably share factories, but
yeah.
I mean, using the Sideswipe, for example, is pretty identical, I think. So they probably just do another run from the original castings. But I don't know that this would. I'm trying to.
$200 Transformers.
It would easily be two.
Yeah, I just don't think parents would.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think Toys R Us would go for it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, they're going the way of the dinosaur anyway.
Yeah, that's
as
true.
they should.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Toys R Us has
done it.
Yeah, they're the only major toy retailer, and they're blowing it.
They are blowing it. Like why do they have everything months after you want it?
Yeah.
Like I'd love to be able to go to Toys R Us, even pay a premium to get something when it's relatively new.
Right, and
but
they shouldn't have a premium. They're they're called Toys R Us. They should have the new Marvel Legends in rows.
I agree with you.
Absolutely.
They should have Transformers, but it's like the last time I was there, I'm like, do you guys carry new toys anymore? I asked the manager. I'm like, everything here is old.
I went there the other day today, and literally they had like 3 junky ass robots in disguise figures, and like 1 Soundwave Titans Returns leader class, and that's like it for Transformers.
Yeah.
Right? It's like
it's embarrassing.
Stock your shit. I know. Look, I understand that the business of the brick and mortar is a difficult business these days. It's tough. It's tough to compete with Amazon. It's tough to compete with these online retailers because they do such a good job of making it so easy to get stuff.
Yes, they do.
So what you need to do is work harder to compete. And Toys R Us, you're just not doing it. You are the only major toys retailer.
And the problem is Target's better.
Yeah.
Target,
I'd rather go to
Walgreens,
Target.
They're all better.
Walgreens, it's easy to walk in, easy to,
And they have newer stuff. They have stuff you're looking for.
Yeah,
and it's like,
1 out of 4 times I'm going to find something that's supposed to be out there.
Yep.
But Toys R Us is just not fun. And that's too bad because Toys R Us as a kid, that was the place. That was the place. It was the place. Like I remember the end cap with like literally hundreds of G.I. Joe figures and like
and it was piled up high. They had stuff that you couldn't even get to.
Oh, it was great.
And they made it. They presented it.
Absolutely.
And it's like they don't care anymore.
Special. Like
Wall
of Millennium Falcons. I mean, it was just great. It was a great experience. And like, I'll be honest with you. I know it's a different world, but like, I'll be like, hey, to my kids. I'll be like, let's go to Toys R Us. And like when I was a kid, if my parents had,
You'd be
I
like,
would be
"Oh,
like,
shit, yeah."
hell yeah, we're going to Toys R
Yeah.
Us. Like my kids are like, I just want to stay at home and play on the iPad. Now that could be a changing world. I understand that, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Toys R Us just doesn't present itself as like, this is a place I want to go and I want to buy toys. That was a rant.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, let's see. So check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And again, Monday, April 24th, we are going to be on
Realm of
Collectors.
Collectors.
We are super excited. I hope that we have something to say. I hope I'm not rude and interrupt because I have a tendency
Yeah,
to
you
do
do
that.
that.
I know,
That's
I know.
okay.
I can't.
Fine.
I get hyper. I get excited. I get passionate. So I'm really nervous that I'm going to interrupt those guys. So if I do it, this
I'm
is your
sure they'll
apology.
bust your balls if
Totally,
you do, man.
absolutely.
No.
And you know what? They can. They're, you know,
They
I
can.
give them permission to bust my balls. A little bit. And then other than that, hey, if you're in the Michigan area on June 17th, I'm running a little toy show, and I'll put a little information up there. A local little toy show, show some cartoons, have some good music, buy some toys. I hope it's fun. You'll be there, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm
Other
signing
than
autographs.
that, yes,
Yeah.
Brian will sign it free of charge.
Free, sure.
Should we print out photos for you to sign, like your pictures of you?
I don't think
Dude,
so.
That would be no. Would you feel a little awkward about signing a photo of yourself?
Well, I don't think anybody would want
No,
one,
no, but like
you
let's say
know,
that there
on
was
the
a
chance
demand for
someone
it.
did. Oh my
Oh,
god.
that would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be. I don't know why
if
you
you
would.
go
I feel
if
bad.
you go to the Nerd Out Toy Show, please bring an 8x10 of Brian, and he'll sign.
I'd rather
that'd be the
sign
most-
your Megatron for you, but
Yeah, I don't. I think people would rather. I don't know. That's like sacrilege to sign a toy. That would
For
be
the
awesome.
box.
A
Yeah.
picture of Brian. I'm gonna get 8x10s of you.
All
So
right.
until next time,
Nerd out.
Ming Ming, why don't you do Nerd Out anymore? Are you mad at us? Are you just sleepy? Okay, good night.